4.5 billion years ago, Earth collided with a wandering world named Theia. From fire and chaos, the moon was born, a silent witness that shaped our tides, our seasons, and even the rise of life itself. This is the epic story of the greatest collision in Earth's history, the birth of the moon. In the beginning, before Earth was calm, before the moon hung like a pale lantern in the night sky, there was chaos. The solar system itself was still a storm of fire and stone. The sun had only recently ignited at the heart of a vast spinning disk of dust and gas, blazing with youthful ferocity, its heat and radiation sculpting the scattered materials into something new. Out of this swirling cradle of creation, planets were being born. Some worlds grew massive and stable, destined to endure for billions of years, while others were shattered, swallowed, or swept aside in the violent ballet of cosmic gravity. Among these emerging planets was Earth. But this early Earth was not the blue marble of oceans, continents, and forests that we know today. It was raw, wild, and untamed, a molten sphere cloaked in clouds of steam and gas, its surface a seething ocean of magma. Volcanoes erupted without end, lightning split the skies, and asteroid impacts scarred the land relentlessly. Yet even within this chaos, Earth was beginning to find its place. It circled the sun steadily, pulling in smaller fragments of rock that rained down from the sky, adding to its growing bulk. But Earth was not alone in its orbit. Sharing the newborn solar system was another world, a protoplanet scientists today call Theia. Roughly the size of Mars, Theia was no minor asteroid or small fragment of dust. It was a world in its own right, forged from the same primordial material that built Earth. For millions of years, Theia followed a path close to our planet's orbit, at times stable, at times precarious, pulled by the competing forces of the Sun and Earth's growing mass. Eventually, destiny demanded collision. The moment arrived in silence, though silence is perhaps the wrong word, for in the vacuum of space there is no sound. Yet if there had been ears to hear it, the impact would have been the loudest event in Earth's history, a symphony of destruction and creation. When Theia slammed into Earth, the energy released was beyond comprehension. Mountains vaporized in an instant. Vast seas of molten rock exploded into space. The crust shattered and boiled, and even Earth's core was jolted by the titanic blow. Theia itself was obliterated, torn apart by the impact, much of its body absorbed into Earth, the rest cast outward into the void. For hours, perhaps days, Earth was transformed into a broken, blazing inferno. Its surface melted anew, reshaped by the blow, while an incandescent halo of vaporized rock and molten fragments swirled around it. From space, the sight would have been apocalyptic. A planet cloaked in fire, wrapped in a glowing ring of debris that shimmered like a crown of embers. What had seemed like the end of Earth's story was, in truth, only the beginning of another. That glowing ring of wreckage did not drift away. Gravity, patient and unyielding, drew the fragments together. Dust collided with dust, stone clashed with stone, until larger bodies began to take shape. Some pieces fell back to Earth, raining fire upon the surface, while others remained in orbit, slowly gathering into a single mass. Over months and years, cosmic instants in the grand scale of time, a new celestial body emerged. The newborn moon was not serene. At first, it was itself a molten world, glowing red-hot as it cooled from the violence of its birth. Rivers of lava spread across its surface, vast seas of basalt froze into place, and craters marked the relentless bombardment that still plagued the solar system. Slowly, as millions of years passed, the moon hardened and quieted, a dead world reflecting the light of the sun. And yet, though lifeless, it was bound to Earth, its existence forever tied to the cataclysm that had forged it. The Earth too was changed. The impact had tilted its axis, giving our planet the seasons we know today. The moon's gravitational pull stabilized this tilt, preventing Earth from wobbling chaotically. Without the moon, Earth's climate might have lurched wildly from extremes, making life's development uncertain. Instead, the moon's steadying influence created the conditions for stability. It also drew the oceans to its rhythm. The tides, rising and falling with the moon's pull, became a heartbeat for the planet. In shallow coastal waters, where waves washed nutrients back and forth, life would eventually find fertile ground to take its first fragile steps. In this way, the moon, though barren itself, became a partner in the unfolding story of life on Earth. But for billions of years, long before humans gazed upward, the moon was simply there, circling in silence. It was witness to Earth's transformation. It watched as continents shifted and oceans spread, as volcanoes raged and glaciers carved valleys, as forests grew and dinosaurs walked the land. It shone down on the first mammals and, much later, on the ancestors of humankind who looked up in wonder at the glowing disk above. To those early humans, the moon was more than a rock in the sky. It was mystery, it was guidance, it was story. They tracked time by its phases, marked rituals by its cycles, and told myths of gods and spirits who lived within its pale glow. In cultures across the world, the moon became a symbol of change, renewal, and eternity. Yet the truth of its fiery birth lay hidden, locked in its silent stones. It was not until the modern age, when rockets carried humans across the void, that we finally touched the moon and began to piece together its true origin. The rocks brought back by the Apollo missions revealed a striking similarity to Earth's own composition, a clue that the moon was not a foreign body captured by our gravity but a child of the Earth itself. Scientists pieced together the evidence, and from it emerged the giant impact hypothesis, the theory that a collision with Theia gave birth to our lunar companion. The story remains one of the most extraordinary in all of planetary history. From chaos, a partnership. From destruction, creation. The moon exists because of catastrophe, yet its presence has nurtured stability and life. It is a reminder that even in the harshest violence of the cosmos, new worlds can be born. Today, when we look up at the night sky, the moon may seem eternal, unchanging, a quiet sentinel in the heavens. But it is far more than that. It is the scar of a collision, the memory of a vanished world, and the companion that has shaped Earth's destiny. Its craters are pages of a history book written in stone, telling of an age when planets clashed and creation was forged in fire. And so, the moon is not merely an ornament of our night. It is part of Earth itself, torn from its body in the greatest impact our planet has ever known. Every tide that rises and falls, every night illuminated by silver light, is a legacy of that ancient collision. Theia is gone but not forgotten. It lives on within us, within the earth beneath our feet, and within the pale guardian that circles above. The giant impact hypothesis is more than science. It is a tale of resilience, transformation, and the strange beauty of creation through destruction. It reminds us that our world, stable as it now seems, was born from fire and chaos. And it whispers of the delicate balances that sustain us. The tilt of Earth, the pull of tides, the steady rhythm of seasons, all gifts of a moon that should never have been yet was. As humanity continues to explore, dreaming of returning to the moon and perhaps one day settling upon it, we walk upon the remnants of that ancient world, Theia, whose death gave us the companion we now revere. In every footprint pressed into lunar dust, we touch the echoes of that cosmic impact, bridging billions of years of history. The story of the moon is, in the end, the story of us. Without it, Earth would be a different planet, perhaps a world of storms and instability, perhaps a place where life never thrived. With it, we have tides, seasons, and a steady climate that has nurtured the rise of life and the flowering of human civilization. And so, each time we look up at the moon, glowing softly against the dark canvas of the night, we are looking not only at a companion but at a memory. It is the memory of Earth's most violent moment and its most miraculous creation. The moon is our reminder that out of chaos can come beauty, out of destruction can come stability, and out of fire can come light. The giant impact was not the end of Earth's story. It was the beginning of the story we live in now, a story written in the skies, watched over by the silent witness that circles us still.